I just seen a video of a girl saying that if a guy took her to a chain restaurant on a first date, she would ghost him. Why? And then I seen another girl say that if a guy doesn't make 6 figures or more, she wouldn't date him. Okay, I get it. We all have our standards. We all have what we want. But aren't these the same girls that complain about there's no good men out there? Or complain about being cheated on? Or guys ain't shit? No. The guys you choose ain't shit. Because you're basing your love, your heart, off of monetary stature. That's the problem. My heart can't be bought. My coochie can't be bought. But a lot of girls these days, they got a price tag on them.
I just watched a video where a girl said she's never seen a pretty Trump supporter, and if you're offended by that, then you're ugly. All right, so I know beauty is subjective, and someone might find me attractive, and other people might find me to be looking like a dude, and you know, that's okay. Again, if you're liberal, then me looking like a dude should be like a positive thing, because you guys are all in support of that. But let's take a look at what liberals find attractive, shall we? Ah, armpit hair. I can smell it from here. Sexy. So attractive. Facial hair. Yes, I like, the lipstick really brings out the chin hair. That's a good compliment. Ah, body positivity. Yes, where we reject anything that's health and fitness. It's hot. Pure sex.
Feminism today is complete and utter bullshit.
Question: where are all the feminists at? You know, all these modern day feminists that marched in the street for the Me Too movement, believe all women, all of the ones that dressed up in Handmaid's Tale clothing, costumes, whatever, anytime a Republican was voted into office. With all of this shit going on in Afghanistan, where are y'all? Y'all real fucking quiet. You know, women over there are being raped and not allowed to go to school now, and they're being forced back under Sharia law. Little girls are being kidnapped and sold into sex slavery or married off to grown men. I mean, if there's any time to dress up in a Handmaid's Tale costume, I'd say this is it. Y'all would get in the streets and scream that Republicans are going to take away my female rights and force me to have children. And where are all of the Hollywood women who were activists the last few years? Silent.
Sorry, ladies. Y'all might be mad at me after this. Why is it that when you get cheated on, you be mad as hell, right? As a woman, mad. But why is it when the guy is cheating on his woman with you, you're cool with it? Can somebody explain? Ladies, somebody.
You know what the problem is today? Men feel that they can't express themselves because you make it all about you. I'm talking about you females. They get called pussies if they cry or show any sort of emotion. So what do you expect from them? I find females tend to make shit all about them and they neglect their partner's feelings, especially men. This is why they keep it all inside. You need to give them a better, safer environment to thrive in, or it's gonna go to shit.
So I got a question. Why is it that some women want a man to pay her bills, take care of her, wine and dine her, but when he asks her to cook, to clean, and to give him some sex, she says, "You're not my husband," or "I'm not your wife"? Well, why is it one-sided? Why do we expect something from them, but when they expect something from us, we don't want to give it? Make it make sense.
So many girls on Tinder and dating apps have in their bio 6 feet and above, like I only date over 6 feet. But imagine if guys had in their bio C cup and up. Like, just imagine, any guy who put that would be so canceled. And then you all want to talk about internalized misogyny and, oh, society makes women feel like they have to look a certain way. If you want to talk about double standards, there's a double standard for you. In fact, I think the height thing is a little bit more offensive because you can change your bra size, but you can't really change your height.
So I'm pretty sure we've all heard about Demi Lovato coming out as non-binary and changing her pronouns to they, them, but there's something that nobody's talking about. In her video, she features her friend Alec Vade Manon, who is a somewhat well-known trans activist. I certainly recognized him. How? From this quote right here. In a since-deleted Facebook post, Alec writes, "These days, the narrative is that transgender people will come into bathrooms and abuse little girls. The supposed purity of the victims has remained stagnant. There are no princesses. Little girls are also kinky. Your kids aren't as straight and narrow as you think." This is who Demi Lovato has chosen to associate herself with. It is perverse and disgusting, and there is no room in this world for public language like that.
The shade's right. Let's talk about abortion. Sorry, tell me how this works.
A wise man once said, "Nothing."
Shut up. On behalf of all men everywhere, because you would crucify them if they tried to fight back on this post, just shut up. Men built the world. Men are extremely important in the raising and upbringing of children and societies and communities and governments. They run the military, the police force, and pretty much everything that you depend on for life. So just shut up.
I was thinking about toxic masculinity, and I got really upset today thinking about how they're teaching boys to basically shut up and let the girls talk, and pushing down boys and anything masculine. I'm a girl. I love being a girl. I can do whatever I want to do in this lifetime. No one's stopping me, except the IRS. But I can go do whatever I want. And this idea that men are the reason that women have... No, that's bullshit. Toxic femininity is the issue. This overabundance of express your feelings, and you can't hurt my feelings, and you have to use my pronouns, and there's 700 genders, and my mom... No, we need backbones. We need fucking balls. I'm tired of this shit. Toxic femininity is the issue. Watching those two cackling witches sit behind Biden, I was like, that's the fucking...
Left in 15 seconds. If a dude pretends to be a woman, you're required to pretend with him. Inflammatory rhetoric is outrageous, but harassing people in restaurants is virtuous. We see socialist countries collapsing, but it's apparently a great plan to us.
Be like, oh, I want to be a stripper.
Try self-respect, morals, a desire to do good in the world and actually contribute, wanting a real relationship, being disgusted by sex trafficking, abuse, suicide, self-harm, and all the things that are a product of stripping and pornography. The fact that strippers are homewreckers, and that absolutely disgusts me. But let me assure you, I can dance, just not for nasty dollar bills. Ooh. That's for the right guy.
First super dumbass thing I've seen of 2021. Democrats, in their prayer, said,
"A man and a woman."
Amen has nothing to do with men. Just means so be it. So I guess history is no longer going to be a thing. Next thing you're going to ask people, they're going to be majoring in her story. And people are no longer going to be speaking Hebrew, they will be speaking Shebrew. I saw this on Google, I thought, did I sleep too long? Is it already April 1st? Is this a joke? Nope, just Democrats being Democrats.
Brainwashed by what, may I ask? Is it the media that's indoctrinating our entire society to have far left-wing views? Or it must be academia that's pushing liberal views on all of our youth? Or maybe it's all the Snapchat ads, when he took that knee, he stood for all of us. Yeah, super conservative. Or an ad pushing homosexuality on our youth. Or maybe it's all those independent fact checkers that are funded by people like George Soros and the Clintons. So yeah, reality check. Every single aspect of our lives pushes liberalism on our society. We aren't the brainwashed ones. We're the ones who think for ourselves. You should try it.
I think men truly understand what a friends with benefits relationship is. They want all the benefits and none of the friendship.
Oh, doll, I'm just wondering if you and Miss Mama can have a little chat here, because I'm pretty sure they know exactly what it means. See, you hear friends with benefits, and you hear heavy on the friends, and I have the benefits included, and they pretty much just hear benefits. Yeah, access to lots of benefits. How do I know that? Because if they really wanted the friendship mixed with the benefits, doll, they'd be in a relationship. So do I actually think friends with benefits exist? No, I think it's one of those things that works until it doesn't, and it invariably doesn't work, because the minute you add the emotion and the caring and the connectiveness of friendship mixed with benefit, doll, you can't help but get attached. And the minute you start acting attached, the other party's going to withdraw. So we want to slow down. We want to understand why we do what we do. We want to ask ourselves, why is that more appealing than investing in a relationship? Because my guess is that feels a whole lot safer. And our body works so hard to protect ourselves. Just a thought.
Feminism is for a second. Feminism is all about women empowerment. Women belong anywhere that they want to be. There is no place that a woman doesn't belong. But the second a woman tells you that where she wants to be is at the house with her children or making dinner for her husband, how dare she? She's a step back for womankind as a whole. Well, that's not very feminist of you. I thought your whole mission was equality for women. Now we're gonna treat them like less because they have a different opinion than you? Makes sense, right? I also can't wrap my mind around the fact that feminism is the farthest thing from true femininity ever. It ends up stripping you of everything that makes you feminine. By defeminizing women, you are essentially saying that we are not going to be as good as men unless we...
Let's talk for just a minute about the attack on masculinity that is occurring in this country. First of all, let's lay down the basic facts. Men tend to be more assertive. They tend to be more aggressive. They tend to have a little bit more unbridled ambition than us ladies. Sorry to tell ya. They tend to be a little bit more possessive. They tend to be a little bit more independent. That's just true. And these are not westernized ideas of men. They are traits that are innate and have been seen throughout human history. History, you say? Oh my goodness. But now instead of recognizing these distinctions and giving young men in particular very healthy avenues of which to harness these traits, we are calling them toxic and saying we should raise boys and girls the same. Huh? And it's a disservice to the young people of this country. And we'll talk more about the feminine side of that later. But yeah, teach men to be men. It's that simple.